Alright, let's continue the run here. So we are in Sector 6. Let's get going. In the distance is a densely populated planet under militia control, with plenty of traffic to and from. You can likely find a market on the surface. We don't need to go shopping right now, sadly. Is there any point in landing? I'm not going to sell anything. Something might happen here though, but I don't know. We can do a salvage mission. The ruins of a little colony appear to have once been located on a nearby atmospheric planetoid. You can't be certain if anyone is left. Visit the colony. What could go wrong? Debbie. You are startled by the sounds of footsteps and find a worn-out but young outcast amongst the ruins. Stay back! I'm armed! You assure her you're no threat and she calms down. I was told this place was a sanctuary for any lost travelers looking for a new home. Instead, I have only found decay and lost hope. I was prepared to make a new life here, but if this will not be my sanctuary, then perhaps you might be instead. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Debbie does go by he, but... Anyway. So here is Debbie. A Rockman outcast. With piloting and weapons skills. How are you doing, Nartholis? You definitely have weapon skills. Anyways, my break ended up lasting a couple of days, so I have needed to refamiliarize myself with exactly what's going on in this run. Okay, it seems we are, well, not quite at the limit for crew members, but nearly there. Anyways, Debbie, what do I do with you? I guess probably, well, sure, let's put you to the sensors. That makes a little bit of sense at least. And since you are so slow, I will increase the speed. There we are. Alright. Also yes, I do have all of the system slots filled now. And I need to remember I actually have the backup battery as well. Exit this way over here. Let's see. So I guess I have plenty of options still. You notice two militia ships nearby squabbling over something. You aren't sure what without listening closer, but it seems to pertain to auto ships. Hail them. Huh? Oh, I didn't notice there was another ship here. We're discussing the possibility of constructing our own fleet of militia autoships to reduce the number of casualties on the front lines. But before we can consider, we need to capture one of the rebel autoships to study. Could you do us a favor and hunt one of them down? Sure, why the hell not? Excellent, we've attached the coordinates of the ship we'd like to study, but it's located too close to an ASB. If you could lure it away without causing it too much damage, we'll be able to send in a ship to collect it. Lure it away, you say? Alright, we'll see how that goes. The vessels of the elite defense cadre are some of the deadliest in the militia fleet, and for good reason. Boasting highly trained crew, these ships don't mess around in combat. Unfortunately for you, the ship here deems you a threat and attacks. Now it's probably fortunate, actually. 4 shields and a shield booster, though. Also cloaking, also... That is a big weapon. Well, actually 3 big weapons. But I do have cloaking, and I do have a defensive drone, so I'll be fine, I'd say. Hello there, Yos. Peacekeeper. Alright, let's use you two to handle that. And yeah, just do it like this for now. I suppose I will activate the defense drone. Should I wait though? Nah, let's not wait. Let's just activate it. Alright, so yeah, I have 3 shields, I have 48 evasion. I'll wait until the big missile launches to actually cloak. But before that, I suppose I should boost my evasion to 55. And okay, more of them are incoming, and I also have the mind control, which I can use anytime I'd like, but let's wait. Alright, that hurt. So let's put you to the med bay. And let's just auto-fire the bomb somewhere. Weapons or shields, I think. Let's go shields first. I think defensively we've got this covered, pretty much. And there's the missile, so let's go ahead and... What the? Did I use my cloak? What's going on? Why can I not use it? I am confused. I'm pretty certain I didn't use the cloak. Is my brain scrambled enough that I forget something like that? Why is it inoperable? Locked by ion effect. How did you ion effect it? Well, I don't know what's going on. You, the viewer, probably have a better idea. Anyways, I can't use it. Okay, well, okay, thank you, drone. I have no idea. Anyways, so these are ready. Can I actually hit the ship before it cloaks, though? We'll see. It seems I can. I have also been hit. Please stop it. Oh! Okay, now I understand. I think. The Sultan died at the cloak room, which means it got disabled somehow. Which wasn't a thing, I believe, in vanilla, but at least the peacekeepers seem to have that ability on death. Anyways, so I also have the mind control. I guess I'll use it now. So let's mind control Mrs. Booga, probably. Alright, and I suppose Nartholis also go and help here. Might need Ken the Slug to retreat. Let's actually put you there and you there. Okay, okay. So bomb is nearly ready. Let's use it automatically. I suppose again in the shield room. Also, apparently I mismanaged the micro thing there. Mismicroed, if you will. So now I can use this, but let's wait for the... Oh. My drone is down. Anyways, like I was going to say, I will use the cloaking now that we've been shot at by the missile. Like so. And also we have another intruder, Zoltan Monk. Where are you going? Here, okay. Alright, let's deal with this finally. Actually, let's fire at the weapons, sure. Like so. And next, deal with the cloak. You guys go heal. Yeah, it's been a couple of days since I played this game, so I'm a little bit off. Pretty often I am somewhat off, but yeah. This is ready to fire. There we go. So, yeah, let's go for the cloak, I guess. And then just auto-fire. I'll save the missiles now. Go for weaponry next. The EDC is one of the few forces capable of defending civilian sectors, and they aren't exactly common. The loss of this ship will certainly have negative results on the militia. It seems the cargo of the elite militia ship survived the fight. Inside is a functional weapon which you bring back on board. Burst Laser Mark 1. Will I use it? I think I will. Requires only 1 power and shoots twice, so probably replace the heavy laser. Though I do like the heavy laser. Deals good damage, but this shoots twice, so surely that is better. They are priced the same. What I could also do, I suppose, is replace the bomb, but for now I think I'd like to keep it and potentially even keep it all the way to the end. So I'll replace the heavy laser. So burst 2, burst 1, PS heavy and the bomb. Okay. Let's get a move on. So go to the quest next, probably. Or do I go here first? I'll go here first. Though perhaps I should prioritize exploring the sector more, because there's some kind of special beacon here, maybe even more than one. Anyway, a Zoltan peacekeeper is stationed nearby, speaking with several militia ships. Eventually all of the ships but the Zoltan jump away and you receive a hail.
Oh, hello. I am Bowline, a Zoltan soldier for the militia corps. I've been working hard on a speech that I intend to share during the next meeting of the Galactic Union, but no one wants to listen to it or give me feedback. Would you mind if I shared them with you?
Sure, buddy.
Wonderful, I shall now begin.
Bowline pulls out a massive book, slamming it down on the desk in front of her. Well, whatever. You have a very deep voice, and pulls open the cover. She clears her throat and begins to read. Now, what I would really like is that the game would just tell me that she spends some time reading it, instead of me having to read it. Okay.
My fellow citizens of the Galactic Union, subsidiary of the United Federation and the regulator of laws in Union territory, I have come to speak with you about a very important matter. Since the dawn of civilization, we have been creatures bound to our weapons of war. Every race, human, Zoltan, Aquarian, Rockman, Mantis, even Engi or Orchid, we have all waged wars, not just against each other, but ourselves. It is beyond many of us unthinkable even to surrender these tools of destruction, nay, these evil and wicked thoughts that plague our civilizations. We say we wish to evolve, learn and grow, but how can we do this when we still hold so dear to us the ideas of revenge and hatred?
Oh my god. My voice may give out.
To emphasize my point, let me tell you all a story. Back during the infamous Mantis-Human War, a time when the seeds of thought that would grow to the Federation had only just barely been planted, the human people were in dire straits. The far more dangerous and warrior-like creatures that were the Mantis caused havoc among the unprepared human colonies. The humans turned to the only allies they had at the time, the Engi, hoping for assistance. The Engi reluctantly accepted, but only in turn if the humans would liberate the slaves from the Mantis war camps. The two forces fought for years and years for control over the neighboring planet Mars, which the Mantis had managed to secure as a stronghold and key point for planning their invasion. Rather than negotiating for a ceasefire or surrendering, the human people continued to fight the Mantis to near extinction. The Mantis would show the humans no mercy either, and would not stop until humanity had been eradicated.
Bowline clears her throat and flips through a few pages confused.
The Mantis are not the only violent race known to have staged such terrible wars. The Rock Inquisitions are perhaps some of the worst battles known to the galaxy.
Are you going to go through the entire history of the galaxy? Come on.
Come on. Believing themselves to be superior, the Rockmen sent forth battalions of armored ships staffed by trained soldiers known as the Crusaders to claim other territory in the name of the Holy Rock Theocracy. The Chrysolic faith that drove the Rockmen to such violence was the very same used by the Rock Elders to enslave their population through tactics of fear.
Okay, my voice is about to give out, so I think I'll just read this normally. Clearly an immoral action, it is known to many that the Rock dictatorship is perhaps one of the most violent and unforgiving forces in the galaxy. The religious persecution of the Rockmen government is not the only example of barbarism leading to unjust treatment of other races. Going back to the Mantis race has for many years enslaved the NG race for usage of their excellency at repairs. The Mantis race, due to their anatomy, are often incapable of performing precise work with electronics, though their claws have been known to function in place of screwdrivers or other tools from time to time. It is interesting to compare the differences between the two functionally opposite races. Similar duality is not often seen, though some have commented on the benefits of mixing Orchid and Rockmen crew together due to the fireproof nature of the Rockmen because of their hard, though not actually rock, exterior. Okay. I will persist, I will prevail, I will read through all of it. However, it also stands to say that the orchids may actually function better with the shells, as their reliance on oxygen naturally would pair them with the plant beings. It is a scientific wonder how a single orchid is capable of effectively replacing a life support system for extended periods of time. Many biologists, many of which coincidentally also happen to be shells, have attempted to study orchid biology. For those of you who might not be aware, the shell race has placed a heavy focus on scientific study, even occasionally abducting tourists or visiting ships to run quick, albeit painless, tests. This has led to many cultural misunderstandings with the less understanding species such as the Rockmen or Mantis. The slugs also have a particular interest in the shells, though not for any innocent reasons. A clan of slug hobbyists known as the Exotic Hunters Guild has formed, whose specific purpose is to hunt rare or sapient creatures. The shells are their prime targets because of their armored abilities. Frighteningly, the attacks led by the EHG, that being the aforementioned Exotic Hunters Guild for any of those not paying attention, are near synonymous with the earlier but still relatively recent series of conflicts known as the Slug Expansion Wars. I'm sure many of you here are already aware of the history of the Slug Expansion Wars, but I will share a brief summary of the conflicts for those of you who aren't. Bowline licks the page and flips to the next. She coughs slightly, pounds on her chest, and continues to read. Starting after the rebellion's rise to power, the Federation forces were dedicated to clearing out rebel ships from their territory. This left much of space unprotected from invaders. The slugs, who had previously been shunned from the Federation for their traitorous nature, took notice to this pattern and began planning a mass migration to new territory. Though they started with nebulous sectors, they soon found themselves courageous enough to attack clear sectors, sometimes even already occupied space. This came to cause issues when the slugs dared invade Mantis and Rock space, much to the reasonable displeasure of those governments. Both the Hive and Elders declared war on the slugs, and so they fought for several years. Eventually, the slugs surrendered and offered back territory. They didn't stop there, however, and even offered some of their original territory up as well. This eventually evolved into an alliance that we have come to know as the Coalition. This lack of Federation protection over Union space also led to the rise of the militia. However, I will spare you all this tale, as I know everyone here is for certain familiar with the story. Oh, thank God! I will, however, tell the story of the Coalition, in case you might not be aware. The Coalition is a truce between the Sethnian kleptocracy, the Urtharian theocracy, the Yaetic Hive, and the Irgen Republic. These four races are perhaps some of the most hostile and deadly in the galaxy, and this alliance has caused fear for both the Federation and Rebellion. The Coalition continues to grow in power and even occupies several of its own sectors. The Coalition has also taken usage of slug ciela-forming tech, a method of transporting nebulous gases to create artificial nebulas. Though these fake clouds are incapable of forming into stars, they still cause sensors to malfunction and can even generate the same electrical currents as ion storms. A deep space hazard I'm sure any pilots here are definitely familiar with if you've ever been to a nebula sector. I haven't actually had an ion storm yet, in Multiverse. Ciela forming is not the only unique tech developed by the slugs, however. Many slugs take use of anti-bioweaponry, which often used to be confused with particle tech because of their similar orange colors, at least before anti-bioweaponry was transitioned to pink. Particle tech was actually developed by the Zoltan race on accident in junction with the Zufquer Corporation. Wait, no, that's spelled wrong. Wait, is it Zlufikar? Zuldifigar? I know it starts with a Z. Boylan flips back through her text, searching for something. Ah, I spelled it right here. Zulfikar, that's it. Now where was I? Oh damn, I lost my page. Do you want me to start again? Boylan awaits your response. Okay, this is just trolling at this point. I will say no. Oh, okay, fair enough. Boylan flips the book closed. Thanks for listening that far at least. So, what do you think? Pretty good. Yeah, sure. Loved it. Really? You liked it? Amazing. Thank you so much for your feedback. Oh man, no one has ever said anything nice about my speech before. Not even my own crew. Hey, what if I joined yours? You seem much nicer. And maybe with your encouragement I can even finish this draft in time to present it. Okay, sure. Hello, Bowline. So are you special? I guess you probably are. Provides 2 power to occupied system, so definitely is special. Max health is reduced, but takes less damage from crew combat, inflicts more damage in crew combat. Okay, well, not sure if that was actually worth it, but welcome aboard. So where will I put you? I suppose to the engine room? Okay, why did I assign you... Well, that was an accident. I didn't mean to assign Bowline as the actual engine user there. Let's do it like this. So Fleet Pursuit doubled for all that. I don't know how to feel about all the reading. I think there's perhaps a little bit too much, though it is not entirely seriously written, of course. Like I said, the mod is kind of trolling you with all of these text dumps at times. It knows what it's doing. Anyways, now that I've read that all of that once, I won't feel the need to read it again. Anyway, you've discovered the automated vessel mentioned by the militiamen. In the distance you can see the ASAB satellite swerving towards you. Get ready to fight. Just as the militiamen warned, the ASB locks onto your precise location and begins firing immediately. Hopefully we don't take too much damage before the auto flees. So I'm supposed to take it intact. Which I'm still kind of unsure how the hell you're meant to do that. Anyways, auto harvester. Couple of drones. So probably use the defense drone of my own. And let's fire at their weapons. Probably. No, let's go shields first. Okay. Did not need to cloak there, but I did. I'll use the shield again since we have the ASP. Did I say shield? I meant to say that I will use the bomb again. You've damaged the ship enough for it to start charging its engines. Now you just need to wait for it to escape to finish your mission. Okay, so don't destroy it. And I've taken a nasty hit. Though it's not in a system room. Okay, please leave. Please leave. Jump imminent. You've successfully lured the auto ship away from the beacon. You prepare to follow the ship to its next destination. Okay, let's go. In a moment. Yeah, let's go. Okay, it's here. You spot a nearby militia station. It seems to be offering supplies to travelers. Militia gun platform, so I could attack it, and I'd probably be fine with what I have going. Yeah, I'll attack. I'll be the bad guy here. Okay, I could disable the enemy's hacking. Sure, let's do it this time. Are you sure? Self-reactor power -2. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Also, my shields are... Why are my shields down? Anyway, I also need some more oxygen, and I don't need these at the moment. And I'll again use the drone. They will be boarding us, that won't matter though. Or so I claim, but we'll see. Actually, let's use this. Mind control one of you. Started a fire, that's nice. Alright, get ready to cloak. Use the bomb again. Excellent. I have no idea what's making that sound. Anyways, this should be over. Combat augment has expired. The enemy hacking and your reactor have returned to normal. Okay. Sure. Stop! Stop! We don't know why you've done this, but let us live. We will give you whatever supplies we have if you leave us alone. Okay, 5 fuel is enough. I accept. Alright. And now I have 86 scrap. There's a store here. I don't think I care. That's not what I meant to click on. I could sell the heavy laser, I suppose. Nah. There's probably not much that I would be interested in the store, so let's not. Let's instead now... let's see, install the medbot dispersal. While medbay is powered, crew will heal. Anywhere. Yes. Okay, that's a lot of safety. So how do I want to proceed here? Probably go to the distress here first. And then we'll see. The source of the distress beacon appears to be an orchid merchant under attack by a pirate vessel. Should we assist? Yes. This time, let's not... Well, then again, it's only minus reactor power. Okay, fine. Let's use this. Alright, once again, perhaps use this. Though I can cloak the initial one, so we'll see. Okay, shields first. And let's also mind control the pilot in a moment. I should be using the backup battery for that. So let's do so. Right, so that's going there, and now let's fire other things. That is a very effective defensive drone you have there. It will not save you, but it will delay the inevitable. Okay, this is... okay, well... It's a nasty looking weapon that's charging, it seems, missiles, but I can cloak to avoid it. So I should probably be fine. You're hacking jammer. Oh yeah, that's what was making the noise. Okay. You decided to hack my battery. Anyways, it doesn't really matter what I shoot at here, but let's shoot that. Okay, I suppose, yeah, sure. Let's effing time it. Because this drone is starting to annoy me. They will die to the fire if I wait, but let's not wait. The ship breaks apart. The Orchids thank you for your assistance. They explain that they were sent to sell their kernel weapons to the militia vessels in this sector. As payment for your help, they offer one for free. Kernel Mark 1. Thanks. So requires 1 power. Missile weapon with a 35% chance of ammo replication. I will not be using it, but thank you anyway. Okay, so let's see. 5 jumps until the rebels reach this. So let's go here first. I have time.
Ha! I bet you expected a militia vessel. Now you surely cover in your boots at the sight of my ship, yes?
You mute his comms mid-monologue and prepare to fight. Pirate Destroyer. Okay. That's an interesting looking weapon there. They will be boarding us. Why the hell not? Alright, I have the medbot dispersal and I also have mind control. Oh, you sabotaged my cloak. Rude. I suppose I could use the defensive drone, but I don't feel the need to. So I wonder what this beam weapon is. Alright. Let's destroy these fools and be done with this.
Please don't kill us. We will give you everything we have.
That's not much. Screw you, buddy. The only good pirate is a dead pirate. Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, so let's see. 4 jumps, so 1, 2, 3. Or I go to the store. I suppose I could go to the store now that I have a few things to sell. I always keep on selecting the wrong thing there, but anyway. So that's 50 scrap to sell things. I guess I could buy some fuel, even though I have 15 of it. Will I sell an augmentation? Probably not. Nah, let's wait. Let's wait until probably the next sector. So go to the outpost instead of the store. The Union commander waves you over. I made a mistake siding with the rebels in the Civil War. Anyone with a sensory organ can see now the rebels almost tore this galaxy apart. I know it's not much, but if I can help you in any way, it'll make me feel even a little bit better about my past. Okay, I could get some repairs or some fuel. I guess I'll get some fuel. 7 fuel is a good amount. Okay, continue. A rebel ship has docked with a militia recruitment center stationed at this beacon. Quick scans show the rebels have taken the militiamen hostage. Monk crew shamed the rebels for their violent ways. Oh, we get a crew member. Thanks. Your monk spends the next 30 minutes insulting the rebels for their barbaric ways, attacking men only doing their duty by defending civilians. The rebels are so ashamed of themselves, several crumple to the floor sobbing. One particularly moved individual offers to join your crew, and the rest agree to leave the militiamen alone. Okay, well... Oh, what the... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh! What? How are you here? Maxim the human. Oh. Does this ship allow me to have more, or is it because of something else? My assumption is that it's the ship, but I don't remember reading anything about that, so I'm a bit confused. Well, anyways, welcome aboard Maxim the human, who has gold level engine skill. What does Enzo Martin have? Gold, okay. Well, hello. Welcome, I guess. On to the quest beacon. You have tracked down the autoship once again. Nearby are the militia vessels from earlier, already inspecting the autoship. Hail the militiamen.
Ah, very good job. The ship is still in working condition. Marvelous. Here's your pay, of course.
That's not much. As you prepare to leave, you overhear shouting from the militiamen. You turn around to see the autoship has activated once again and blasts one of the militia ships to destruction. It moves on to attack you next. Good. Also, I think it's a different configuration this time. Which is a bit weird, but why not? I think I can skip the bomb here. This seems easy enough without it. Indeed, easy. This time you don't pull any punches and blast the autoship into oblivion. Hail the militiamen. Unfortunately, it seems the first ship did not survive the attack. The second is too shaken from the loss of their friends to say anything meaningful. You prepare to jump. Okay. We are at 140 scrap. Is there somewhere to spend it? Maybe shields? I don't think I care about getting more cloaking, maybe ever. Mind control, maybe. I'll get one upgrade to the shields there. There appears to be several militia ships docked around a nearby civilian refueling station. Investigate. One of the militiamen tries to protest as you dock with the station, but they are cut off by a human clad in a green outfit smoking from a small wooden pipe of old Earth design. Ah, a renegade, eh? I am Sherlock Haynes. I hail from Earth, though I have since joined the militia myself. Now I work as a detective for the militia, but I have been presented by a rather troublesome case. Perhaps you might help. Sherlock Haynes. And a lot of reading. Help with what? With the mystery, of course. Last night, in this very station, a man by the name of Henry Coleman was shot and killed. We suspect he held vital information regarding a rebel plot, but we aren't sure what. Oh my god, should I be making notes? I think I should be making notes. Well, I do have the materials for that, I guess. Okay, let's see if I can solve the case. Because Sherlock is not much of a detective, probably. Despite his name. So let's see, let me get some paper. So let's see, who was killed? Henry Coleman was killed. I will write it down. Henry Coleman. Put a little cross next to his name. Held vital information regarding a rebel plot. We aren't sure what. Okay, rebel plot information. There were only 4 individuals staffing this station. 4 staff. And after this crime, now there remains only 3. So 3 staff. So 1 has escaped, probably. No ships docked with this station for a full 24 hours before and after the murder, which can mean only one thing. Which is... Why, it's elementary, my dear. Whatever your name is, this means that one of these 3 survivors must be a rebel spy. The question is, which one could it be? Will you help me, my reality-jumping friend, and solve this case? Or was Henry Coleman, because he was killed, one of the staff members? I'm already confused, despite making notes. I will help you solve the case, sure, why not, why the hell not? Ah, most excellent. I haven't done much digging yet, but if you need any help, just come and talk with me. Here are the 3 suspects. Mr. Tom Nicholson, Miss Amy Shepard, and Dr. Daniel Brown. I look forward to your hypothesis. So, Mr. Thom, Miss Amy Shepard, and Dr. Daniel Brown. You stand in the station's lobby, observing your surroundings. You will be able to investigate as many times as you want, in whatever order you want. Okay, so maybe I didn't actually need to make notes. Speak to Sherlock or one of the suspects, inspect the corpse, inspect the station, accuse a suspect. Okay, so a mini text adventure. Let's first inspect the corpse. You walk over to Henry's corpse. You notice no obvious cuts on the body, though there is a large burn mark on his back. This must have been from blaster fire, but the radius of the wound is too large to have been from a standard handheld blaster. So blaster, but not handheld. Inspect the station. The station has several systems on board. Which do you want to look at? The doors! You inspect the door system. It appears some work has been done on the blast doors to improve them, though it matters little in this case. All of the suspects and the victim are registered in the system database, so any of them can go wherever they please. Drone bay. You take a look at the drone bay. Though there aren't too many schematics on the station's computers, you notice an anti-personnel drone and a standard issue combat drone. Was it the butler? I mean, the drone? Inspect the combat drone. The combat schematic appears to only have been used for a total of 3 times since the system was purchased. Further data suggests it merely came with the system purchase. Okay, anti-personnel drone. The computers inform you the anti-personnel drone has been used a total of 38 times since its purchase, though that's not surprising. With the influx of pirates in this sector, the number of boarders this station must see is unfavorably high. Inspect the drone's laser. Inspect the anti-personnel drone's laser. To your surprise, the arm-mounted cannon appears to be much stronger than a standard defense blaster and certainly capable of leaving a burn mark the same size as the one on Henry's corpse. Okay, so potential suspect. This case is not solved yet though, and also someone apart from the drone itself is to blame. Surely the drone isn't fully automatic AI. So let's see, drone. Question mark. Okay, let's inspect the life support. You inspect the oxygen system. The system appears to be running at a higher level than usual and is in pristine condition. From the looks of it, the system was upgraded very recently. Okay, that is slightly suspicious. Shields. You inspect the shield system. Everything here seems to be perfectly functional and nothing is out of the ordinary. Sensors. You Inspect the sensors system. It appears someone has sabotaged the computers and deleted all of the recordings from the night of the murder. There's nothing else here of use, but someone had to have done this. Sensors sabotaged. Alright, and weapons. Inspect the weapons system. Several trinkets lay around the room, as well as a small bag with Amy's name on it. This must be her usual station. So Amy is stationed in the weapons system. Okay. Speak to Thom. What do you want to ask? Oh my god, this is so long. Ask Thom about himself. Thom explains some basic details about his life. He used to be a farmhand on a small terrestrial planet before a rock crusader set fire to his town. With nowhere else to go, he decided to join the militia and protect civilian space, so such a thing could never happen to anyone else. Okay. I dislike how it puts me back to this initial screen here. Anyway, speak to Thom again, ask if he has any connections with the rebels. Thom shakes his head. No, sir. I've met plenty of rebels in my time, but I've never been friends with any. I've always been a Federation citizen, and a loyal one at that. Well, so you say. Thom, how about your job? I manage the essential systems. Back on the farm, I had to learn how to operate various equipment, and it's incredible how much that knowledge translates to managing a station. I help with upkeep for the shields and life support, and I buy new parts at the store whenever something is broken. Shields and life support, okay. Ask Thom about the victim. I've never actually talked with Henry much. He was always so quiet and reserved. Still, it's so strange to think he's dead. Ask Thom about the other suspects. Which suspect? Oh my god, it's going to make me come back to this again for me to be able to ask about the other one. Amy. Amy, she's something, I guess. She's always yapping at us, and she has the shortest temper I've ever seen. She does a good job though, and I wouldn't ever think she'd capable of murder, though she never did like Henry. Okay, so Amy, perhaps more of a suspect than Thom, but we shall see. Okay, Daniel. Dr. Brown? Oh, he's such a kind old man and dedicated to his work too. I can imagine he's quite shocked about the murder. He was always so close to poor Henry. Okay, Dr. Brown close to Henry. According to you. Spit in Thom's face. Maybe I will, for now at least, pass on the spitting. How about the evidence though? What evidence do you want to ask Thom about? As you investigate more clues or evidence, more options will appear here. Drone system sensors, oxygen system. Drone system. Nope, never had the head for any of that drone stuff. I trust Dr. Brown for that kind of stuff, because I can't even figure out how to turn the drones on in the first place. Alright. Okay, I'm going to make a guess. They all killed, what's-his-face? Henry Coleman. Okay, how about the sensor system? No recordings, that sounds problematic. You are a detective though, so surely you can figure this out without them, right? Surely. Okay, evidence and oxygen. Oh, that's rather odd. This wasn't me who upgraded the system. I was busy last night during the murder and I haven't had time to check it since. But I do know it was only level 1 the day before. You were busy, huh? Doing what? Talk to Amy. Ask Amy about herself. I'll stop doing voices now, since this is going to take forever, and I will lose my voice as well as probably forget exactly what voices I'm using for this. Amy doesn't have a lot to share about why she joined the militia. She thought it would be a good way to escape from her home planet and maybe kill some pirates. Okay, Amy, do you have any connections with the rebels? Amy looks as if she's about to slap you and probably wouldn't if it wouldn't end with her dead. How dare you associate me with those crap stains? I ain't never been a rebel and I never will be. End of story. Ask Amy about her job on the station. Used to work as border patrol until we got that goddamn anti-personnel drone. Are you trying to frame the drone to get your job back? I used to kick pirates in the teeth almost daily, but now I've been resigned to that damn weapons room, pressing buttons all day long. Amy, you are my number one suspect. Ask Amy about the victim. Henry? Half the time I didn't even realize he was here. What a weirdo, always spending so much time resigned to that room of his, only coming out for food or water. Him being dead won't change nothing about life on this station, which is a shame. It's so goddamn boring here. Ask Amy about the other suspects. Thom's such a pushover. He's always blabbering on about how nice life is here. There ain't nothing good about living on this station, I tell you. Still, Thom killing someone? Unthinkable. Unless he's a really good actor, at least. Daniel. That old man, he looks like he's about to turn to dust any second. I always thought he was as lacking a personality as the drones he works on. Maybe that's why he got along so well with Henry. Okay, supposedly the doctor was friends with Henry, which puts the doctor down in the suspect list, perhaps. I can spit in everyone's face. But let's not. Ask about evidence. Drone system. The drones never touched them. That damn robot stole my job at killing pirates. If I was a murderer, I would have gone for the anti-person drone instead of Henry. Damn robots can't feel pain anyways. Well, sure. I mean, that makes some sense. How about the sensors? Guess you got no recordings then or whatever. Aren't detectives supposed to be able to figure things out without recordings anyways? I don't know what you want me to tell you about it. You should confess. Is what I want. Okay, last one. Oxygen system. I don't know nothing about the life support. That's all Thom's doing, not mine. Okay, didn't Thom just claim that he doesn't handle that? Okay, let's speak with Daniel now, but I will need to speak with the others again, I think, probably. Okay, Daniel, tell me about yourself. Me, I'm just an old fart. Studied drone tech for several years, got a job at Arcadia as an engineer until I eventually retired. But I guess retirement just isn't for me. So I signed up for the militia instead of wasting away in some beach home. Damn boomers taking our jobs. Okay, Daniel, how about any connections? Daniel looks down at his feet. Never been a rebel, but I did have an experience with them. Back when I worked at Arcadia, I was put in charge of the CICA project. That's the Central Intelligence Combat Assistance. though it's more often referred to as the free roamer accident. Okay, maybe the drone did it on its own volition, but let's read on. This was the AI used by the rebels to construct their automated fleet, but we never expected that they would use it for such evil. After I realized how my tech had been used, I resigned immediately. Job on the station. I'm the shipboard engineer. After I finally talked the others into installing a drone bay and anti-person drone, I've been running maintenance on them ever since. About the victim. Oh, poor old Henry. He was such a nice man. I used to eat lunch in his quarters. It's a shame the others never got to know him because Henry was always so reserved. Oh, Henry, how could this have happened to you? How indeed. How indeed. Other suspects. Thom. Thom is a nice man. I was never as close to him as Henry, but we talked quite a bit, and he has always been a happy fellow. Recently, Thom took a particular interest in the drone system and asked me for help with operating the drones. He's learning pretty quick, but I think he might just be learning to give me something to do. I always wanted to have a student. Okay, Thom, you have jumped into the suspect list's front. But again, it's possible. Anything's possible that perhaps it's all of them. Maybe Henry Coleman faked his death for a lucrative insurance payout. Anyways, how about Amy? I wish I had her energy. I was never that amped up even when I was younger. Shame she wastes it all on shouting at us. Thank goodness she spends most of her time complaining to herself while she mans the weapons. I don't like to point fingers, but if any of us three were to go so low as to kill someone, I'd say she would probably be my guess. I wonder if I can get more out of inspecting the corpse again at this point, but there's still one thing to do with Daniel, apart from spitting. Ask Daniel about the drone system. Oh yes, of course, no ship or station is complete until it's been outfitted with a drone tech. I spent most of my time working with the system, though Thom has also been spending a fair bit of time in there as well after he asked me for lessons with operating the drones. Okay, sensors. The sensors are no longer functional. Oh dear, that's quite unfortunate. Surely even without the recordings though, there is some way to catch the person behind this. Surely. Surely don't call me Shirley. Oxygen system. Oh yes, that was my doing actually. Thom normally works on the essential systems, but last night he was busy working with the drones. And I had nothing to do. So, I decided to put my old bones to use and upgrade the oxygen. Henry was always complaining about the bad ventilation. Okay, I'll inspect the corpse again, see if there's anything new. Seems no. Okay, let's speak with Thom again. Let's see. About the evidence? Will you have anything new to say though? No new options it seems, but drones. Oh yes, now. Okay, here we go. Nope, never had the head for any of that drone stuff. I trust Dr. Brown for that kind of stuff, because I can't even figure out how to turn the drones on in the first place. Call Thom out on his lie. You point out Daniel's mention to Thom learning about how to operate the drones. Thom stutters, not sure what to say. You don't push further, but take note of this. Okay, I'll go through the evidence again, I guess, with, well, let's see. Is there anything new about the sensors? No. Thom. How about the oxygen system? No. Alright, let's speak with Amy again about the evidence. Nothing about the drones. I don't think we've caught Amy yet in a lie, but let's see. Sensors, no. One thing I'll say again is that the events in Multiverse definitely take a lot longer than they do in Vanilla, which is kind of a double-edged sword. I think they're well written enough, but it does change the gameplay a lot. I suppose mostly for the first time you encounter them though. Okay, nothing about the oxygen system. Now let's speak with Sherlock. Do remember, you can never be sure if anyone is telling the truth. Put more faith into the physical evidence than a tale spun by a man. Okay, I think I perhaps might be able to dig some more information somehow. Let's go inspect the drone bay again. But I think I will go with Thom. That seems to be the logical suspect here. But I will inspect the drone bay again. I guess the sensors as well. Let's take a look at the sensors first. Yeah, someone did that. I still haven't spat in anyone's face. I guess I'll do that before I accuse anyone. But let's investigate the drone bay. And the anti-personnel drone again. Inspect the laser. No, it's the same text, it seems. So it definitely probably was this. I mean, what else could it have been that killed our poor victim? Okay, so let's spit. Let's spit. Let's do the spitting. Thom, I will spit in your face now. COVID or no COVID. For no reason in particular, you decide to spit at Thom. Sherlock glares at you but says nothing. Should I spit at everyone? How about if I spit again? No. Alright, how about Amy? Amy might get pissed off enough to do something here. I'm not sure if that something will be actually good. Should I do this? How about if I ask you about Thom again? Push over. Okay, it seems to be the same. I wonder if you can fail this by, well, you probably can fail, well, obviously you can fail by accusing the wrong person. Well, maybe not obviously. Maybe there's always a reward of some kind despite whatever happens being what happened or not. But I wonder if something bad can happen if I spit in Amy's face. I'll do it. Oh, that's the wrong button. Do it again. For no reason. Okay, nothing happens. Well, okay, I don't want anyone to feel left out, so Daniel, I will spit at you as well. For no reason. Okay, let's probably accuse Thom then. See what happens. Sherlock raises an eyebrow, so you have come to a conclusion. Who shot old Henry? You will only be able to accuse suspects that you have talked to. None of them killed Henry personally. It was the drone who fired the fatal shot. Yeah. Well, yes. Accuse Sherlock Haynes. Sherlock looks as surprised as the rest of the suspects. The drone, huh? An interesting theory indeed. It's not a theory, but one catch. Someone had to have been controlling the drone. Which one was it? It was Thom. You've already found a solid alibi for Daniel. You know it can't be him. Thom's eyes go wide. What? No, it can't be me. I don't know a thing about drones. His easygoing country accent suddenly disappears and his voice becomes uneasy. Another tale.
No, that's a lie!
Sherlock cocks his head. You explain how Thom actually got lessons from Daniel on how to operate the drones. Not too long before the murder as well. Sherlock contemplates this for a moment. You're right. Goodness, even I did not catch that. Well, in that case, you are a very, very, very poor detective. Thom realizes he's been caught. Desperately, he fumbles to grab his blaster, but is shot in the knee by Sherlock. The other militiamen run to handcuff him and escort Amy and Daniel to safety. Sherlock holsters his gun and thanks you. Good work, now time we learn what this is all about. Thom is tied up to a chair in an empty room aboard Sherlock's ship. Sherlock paces back and forth. So you're the rebel spy. Thom shakes in his chair, trying to loosen the ropes. Eventually he gives up. You don't understand. Everyone I knew, my family, my friends, they were all killed by the Rock Men. Is there any better proof that alien life is a threat to mankind? And during that attack, where was the Federation? Is the Federation really that great when they can't even protect their own citizens? Sherlock sits down in the chair on the opposite side of the room and crosses his legs. So, you joined the rebellion for revenge. Thom nods. The rebellion offers a chance at the galaxy that the Federation could never give us. The galaxy that humanity deserves. Sherlock scoffs. Alright, hold on the manifesto. All we care about is the information you tried so hard to prevent from getting out. Thom gulps. I won't tell. Slap him. You slap Thom across the face. Oh, okay, I'll talk. Okay, that was quick. I was just a dormant agent sent to watch the sector. For a while now, the rebellion has been planning to invade this sector and lay siege to the malicious hangars and armories, and today that plan is about to be carried out. Aboard the same station I was stationed at was Henry, another undercover rebel spy. However, he grew too attached to that old man Brown, and when he learned the invasion would put everyone here, even the doctor, at risk, he got weak and was going to snitch. I secured the safety of the rebellion by killing that coward. Yeah, a real job securing them you did just now, blabbering all their secrets. Sherlock motions for one of the militia guards to gag Thom and remove him from the room. Damn it, if his intel's any good, then we have a serious situation on our hands. We need to head to the central hangar and alert the general about this quickly. Your ship seems a lot faster than mine, so I hope you don't mind if I catch a ride. Haynes. Who done it? Well, okay. So I solved your case for you, and you just, well, didn't do much. Kind of like Spock in that monorail episode of The Simpsons. Anyways, so I have 80 scrap. Do I spend it before moving on? I mean, in some fights, getting more cloaking is good. I think I'll keep it around. Probably get the shields next. Let's leave. Okay, I'll just try to escape. Unsuccessfully so. Okay. I have 20 drone parts. Probably should use the defense drone, but I'll still hold off. I'll mind control this guy. Alright, and probably have to cloak in a moment. I'll just go for their weapons. Okay. I could even destroy the ship pretty easily for one fuel. pretty damn easily. But I don't know if I want to take that minor chance of that ASP hitting me. Probably not. So I'll leave. Coalition Stronghold or Error 606. Let's go to the Coalition Stronghold. Okay, this is a hostile unique sector. Rebel threat low. This sector wasn't always a nebula, but scans show a massive concentration of synthetic nebulae here. How has the Coalition managed to alter an entire sector like that is a mystery. One among many likely hidden in their designated stronghold. The Coalition Stronghold has always been a curiosity. It was originally a regular sector completely void of nebulas, but not long after the Coalition took control of it, the designation of the sector had to be changed in accordance of the numerous nebulae that appeared. It doesn't take long for the elite guard to notice you.
You will rue the day you came here, Federation ship. You know the best part about being an elite. I get to be creative with how I kill the likes of you. Which system do you value the least?
Prevent any hacking attempts of theirs. The Coalition captain chuckles at your silence until he realizes his cyber attack against your systems has been completely ineffective. Angered by his failure, he attacks. RUES God. Alrighty. They only have 4 crew members, it seems. It appears the guard ship is sending out a distress signal to a nearby ASP platform. Brace for impact. Okay. Wouldn't want this to be too easy now, would I? Okay, shields mostly disabled. Probably don't need to use the drone. ASP target locked, so let's deal with that. Despite the medbot dispersal, I'm taking damage here. Anyway, I guess I can use this. Let's use the bomb. Let's try to get out of this fight ASAP. Crew killing would be nice, but can I do it? Maybe. Maybe. We shall see. I've been hit. But I should perhaps now be able to crew kill. Since they have so much hull. Alright, nice. That's a nice missile weapon you have there. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it. Nice. We have one Rockman Crusader left. With a lot of health though. Definitely try to crew kill here. Though I perhaps will be taking damage here still. Sadly. Sadly, that might happen. Yeah, I need to use the bomb if I want to kill this guy. Damn it. The things I do for love. Please die. Stupid rock man. So I should be repairing this. Do you even take damage from fire? No, of course you don't. Is that enough? No, of course not. Alright. Not sure if this is worth it, but there should be a unique reward for killing this sector guard, so... Chain flak gun. Nice. You have defeated the coalition guard. Without crew on board to stop you, you can investigate their cargo. You find a weapon to bring back to the ship and move on to scrap their hull. Very nice, but there was a price. I can still do a salvage mission, which is weird. I will do it, but I feel like this is an oversight or a bug. A small shrine. Okay, we can get a crew member here. Sure, why not? It seems I can get more, probably. Sultan crew, pray to the shrine. Ariel. What the hell is the maximum number of crew members I can get on the ship? No idea. Anyways, let's put Ariel. Where? Piloting, huh? Also, yeah, I have Maxim the human. Let's put you guys... Well, let's put Ariel to... I don't know... Sure, the engines. And Maxim the human... I don't know, here. That's fine. Safe positions. It's getting really crowded here. Okay, 128 scrap. This is a slug store. And I would like to do things also, yes, the chain flak gun. Requires 2 power. Chain effect decreases cooldown by 3. Okay, I would like to use this. Does that mean I get rid of the bomb or the PS heavy? Probably the PS heavy. Or maybe the burst laser Mach 1 actually. Since this is an excellent weapon. Keep it there for now. And let's head to the store, I suppose. Make a decision there. If they actually are willing to let us shop. It seems the store beacon is broadcasting from within a nebula. You press on further inside the clouds. The nearby slug station is soliciting various suspiciously reasonable priced items. In fact, it seems so normal that you're almost certain it's a trick. So slug crew or upgraded doors. I'll use the slug crew. I could just attack, of course, but let's see what the slug crew option does for us here. Through the entire transaction, everything goes completely normal. Yes, it was all a false alarm, though you're still cautiously poking through the cargo, looking for stowaways or stolen goods. Okay. So, yeah. Multiple things I could have done. Alright, just get some repairs, I guess. I suppose max repairs. Okay, sell the kernel. Sell the heavy laser Mach 1. And yeah, decision time here. I think I'll keep the piercing heavy laser over the burst laser Mach 1. So sell the burst laser Mach 1, equip this, put it in slot number 1. And then get 1 more weapon control and 1 more reactor, even though I don't necessarily need more. There might be ion storms. Let's get 2. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Oh, hangar. The malicious hangar. Definitely do want to visit that beacon. Sadly, it's the furthest one. A little bit sadly, at least. Let's explore. While the coalition ship at this beacon is no surprise, the fact that it is trying to harvest the nebula gases is. I've never seen a ship try to do this before, but maybe you can steal some from them. This music is a little bit overwhelming. Attack! Okay, mind control. Please stop. Thank you. Boarding. Flak weapon. Laser. Ion. Weird looking ion. For safety reasons I'll use this, even though probably unnecessary. Right. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Not paying attention, it seems. I'll try to do better. Stop it. Hey guys, please, 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 please. You can make it. You can make it. There we are. I suppose I could do a lot of crew killing, but I'm running out of missiles, so let's not bother trying. Join us, Ken. No, not Ken. Nekos, the mantis. Or, okay, too late. Never mind. Well, plenty of salvage is left for you to collect. Little remains of the gases they were collecting, now released back into the nebula around you. Also, why is Ariel the Sultan over there? Anyway. Anyway. 58 scrap. I'll get even more reactor power because of the aforementioned ion storm possibility. This beacon hosts a coalition transport. It's safe to bet the ship is most likely carrying some special tech. If you can kill its crew, their cargo will be yours. Well, probably can't, but maybe. Since I'm running out of missiles... did I have 6 before? Didn't I have like 9? Anyways, running out of missiles, so I wonder... Maybe I should have kept the burst laser instead of the bomb. Anyways, demand the surrender of the goods here. Sure, let's disable their hacking. They're trying to escape. Let's see if I can prevent that. Yeah, 6 missiles. I'll need another weapon. Or a lot more missiles. Okay, crew killing, I guess, is possible. There's only 4 of them. Shields first. Priority number 1, though, is just prevent them from leaving. Obviously. Oh, what the... That is very rude. Go repair that, please. You as well, Sherlock. Five missiles left. Engines down, good. Please stop fighting. I'll use the bomb. Despite running out of missiles. Alright, so I need to deal with the clone bay as well if I want to crew kill. They don't have a pilot currently, that's good. Okay, something's happening. Something was shot at me. Wasn't actually looking, but I heard it. It's good to pay attention. Still got hit. Oh, because I've been hacked. Yeah, makes sense. Anyways. It seems I can actually crew kill, probably. So 2 left. And there's also a fire. 1 left. There we go. Loot acquired. Coalition transport. The crew is dead, leaving you with the ship. Its cargo is yours for the taking. Aboard is the special tech you expected, which you bring back to your ship. Ares missiles. Sadly, that is a missile weapon. And I took some damage here. Not that much, though. In the grand scheme of things. Alright, let's take a look here. Special loot weapon. Requires 2 power. Missile consumption 1. 1 shot. Base damage 3. Crew damage 45. Breach chance 70. Stun chance 100. No cloak timer reduction from firing. Selling price 30. Okay. Okay. Let's keep on going. A sinister ship that could easily blend in the nebula catches your attention. It's one of the Coalition's elite fighters. They clearly aren't happy about your presence, and you figure you should waste no time to ready your offensive prowess. Alright. Once again, potentially maybe get crew kills. 5 shield bubbles. Okay, so 6 missiles left. I'll still, I guess... Do I need to use this here? Nah, I don't. I don't think I do, so let's not. Let's try to save the missiles. Deal with those guys, and then we'll see. We shall see. Oh yeah, you're a... okay. You're a slug, because of course. Got through to the shields, nice. Okay, deal with the clone bay. Excellent. So maybe I won't get kills here, but let's see. Give it my half-assed best shot. Two of them left. I have allowed their weapons to have a chance here. Seems that doesn't really matter. Okay, without the bomb this is exceedingly difficult though. 6 missiles, but I don't really have the options currently, so I think instead of getting crew kills, I should just destroy the ship if that's what is meant to happen, basically. Instead of using those missiles. As you watch the coalition vessel break apart, you reflect on what a stupid acronym RUES is. Like seriously, who even came up with that? Chain flak gun. Okay, now I can stop using the bomb. It seems the cargo of the elite coalition ship survived the fight. Nice. Excellent. I think I'm going to win this run. It's going super well. Chain flak, burst laser 2, PS heavy. I do need to upgrade, once again, the weapon control though, but I can do it. Like so. Now everything will fall before me. Surely. Okay. Okay, let's keep on delaying. The Leech ship is at this beacon, FTL fully charged. They're broadcasting on an open channel. Alright you guys, you didn't get your package in time, so we're just gonna leave it here. Okay, I've had this event. Inspect the cache. Coalition crew, open the cache. Flak gun Mark II. Because I didn't have enough flak guns. Your crew is familiar enough with the coalition to know how to open the cache. After verifying the biology and with some quick fiddling, the cache opens. Okay. I suppose I'll compare. So requires 2 power. Charge time 10 seconds. The chain flag seems to be better though, overall. So I'll keep on using those. Now I could replace one of these other weapons with this, but for now at least let's not. The coalition ship exploring this nebula has found you and attacks. I'll use the antivirus. And let's use the defense drone as well. And let's start blasting. So anyway, I started blasting. You stand no chance, silly coalition enforcer. No chance at all. Especially if you hack my sensors. You silly sots. You can tell it's hard for the coalition captain to admit, but they have been bested. That is a sad offer. No. No. Just no. The enemy ship crumbles into its constituent pieces. Okay. So it takes 8 jumps for them to reach these 2 beacons, so I have still plenty of time. Still no ion storms, by the way. A looping message plays over the stereo. This beacon is a security checkpoint. Submit to processing. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. You can hear a rockman chuckling as the track ends. There's no way they'll let you pass as a Federation ship. I will fight. And let's also use the antivirus. . Okay, you silly guys, why did you teleport here if this is where you want to go? That just seems strange and foolish. That's a weird looking weapon here. Beam, I suppose. Okay, let's begin shooting here. Stop it. Sensors again. That is a confusing choice, but it is a choice. See ya. The coalition vessel is blasted apart from your assault. With the destruction of this ship, humans can hopefully rest a little easier. We can only hope. It looks like a skirmish is already happening at this beacon. A crystal sentinel is fending off multiple coalition vessels. A rockman on the lead ship warns you.
Stay out of this if you want to live, renegade.
Attack the elite coalition ship. You attack the elite coalition vessel.
You just sealed your fate, Federation scum.
So you say. So you claim. Pretty sure I could already defeat the flagship, at least when I get the next shield bubble. Of course, overconfidence can be the thing that gets you ultimately killed. Aye. They have shot my oxygen. But I can do things about that. Easy as goblin pie. So I did apparently get hit in the weapons room. The ship has been vanquished by a superior might. The coalition vessel leaves behind quite a bounty of wealth. Check on the crystals. Elite Crystal Heavy Mark II. The crystal ship has managed to vanquish their own foe. They contact you. You saved us. We overextended ourselves trying to rescue an SSLG operation that spiraled out of control. For saving us, we can provide you with one of our weapons. Thank you. So I suppose the bomb hit me there. Alright, return to your stations. Let's see, do I possibly want to use this? I don't think so. Full assortment of cargo. So I would like to sell all of that stuff. Probably won't get to, so I'll have to dump something at some point. Oh well. A suzerain ship is patrolling this nebula. You catch some chatter between their crew.
You know, I prefer this place before Nebula.
Yes, agree. Nebula's annoying. How long before slug bits are attached to ship? And we see again. Attack them! Okay, let's use the defense drone. You had one job. Okay, fine. Let's send you two over there. They have a defensive drone of their own as well. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Please don't die. Okay, there we go. Oh. Almost got me. You've managed to take down a powerful Hive elite and their ship, and now the remains are yours to scrap. Firebomb! Okay. So 25... Let's see. This is 22, so... Goodbye, bomb. You served me very well, but goodbye. Come on, you can do it. You can... Oh. Almost, perhaps... Took too much of a chance there. Anyway, 190 scrap. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, let's get the final shield, I guess. There we go. There we go. And I'll actually take a break here and probably edit the final part of the run into this video.